Do we really understand what this guy is about? What? I mean, come on. Are you serious? It's one thing to be a gunman on a motorcycle roaring through the streets in France, targeting a Jewish rabbi as he's taking his two small boys to school, and to gun him down in cold-blooded murder right in front of the school and his two little boys, and go ahead and kill another kid while you're at it, and wound another 17-year-old girl while you're at it. But it's another thing to have over your neck a camera filming it as you do it. What kind of a diabolical, demon-possessed, what's going on? I'll tell you what's going on. There's a murderous spirit in the land. There's such hatred that you can't even comprehend it. When you got guys like President Bashar Assad of Syria, who can sit there and look Barbara Walters dead in the eye and act like he don't know what in the clue's going on, and he don't have any idea what's happening. You know, I just don't know. And there's people that are dying out there. Could be the citizens. What do you mean the citizens, Assad? You're rolling tanks through the cities of Damascus. You're murdering your own people. You ordered snipers in the building. That's one thing to be a tyrant like Muammar Gaddafi, who ran around killing 35,000 of his own people, crushing, trying his best to hang on to power. It's another thing to be one of these radical Islamic Muslim militant jihadists from Al-Qaeda or Hamas, or Al-Shabaab, or the Taliban, or the Muslim Brotherhood, or Hezbollah, who don't care ruthlessly and convince young women and young men to strap suicide vests on and walk into a crowded marketplace and just blow themselves up and everybody there. It's one thing to do these things, but it's another thing to go riding on a motorcycle, pull up in front of a Jewish school, mow down a rabbi. What? A man of the cloth, a Jewish rabbi, and his little children, and have a camera hanging around your neck filming it. What is going on with this world? I can't. It seems like every day there's something. Let me read the article. Let me read it. Get some coffee. Everybody calm down. Everybody calm down. Calm down. Paul, please calm down, Paul. Okay. Deep breath. All right, I'm going to read the article, okay? I mean, I just can't help it. The emotion, the passion that sometimes pours out of me when I start to understand just how sick this world is. From France, a gunman who killed 4 people at a French Jewish school may have filmed the attack, the Interior Minister said Tuesday, as hundreds of police combed southern France for the killer, suspected in 3 other deaths. The Interior Minister said that the attacker was wearing around his neck an apparatus that could be used to film and to post the video online. He said that gave the investigators new clues to the killer's profile, though he admitted that they don't appear to close to an arrest. Now, Claude Gaunt, described the suspect as someone very cold, very determined, and very much a master of his movements, and by consequence, very cruel. Wow, that's powerful. Very powerful. Well, we already know he's cruel. We already know he's cruel. And we also know he's very ruthless. We also know he's a professional. He is. Because he was on a scooter. It was a motorcycle scooter. He got away. I mean, it's incredible to me he got away. Asked whether the gunman recorded the scene, Claude Gaunt responded, "We can't imagine that, but he did add that the authorities have not yet found any images of the killings online." Now, Gaunt was speaking in the city where an identified assailant opened fire at a Jewish school yesterday on February the 19th, 2012, killing a rabbi and his 2 sons and the daughter of the school principal. Are you serious? What is the odds of that? That can't be random then. No, yesterday I did that video on this, and I said, I said this wasn't an accident that he killed a rabbi. That was a targeted assassination. And the rabbi and his two boys. But the daughter of the principal, I didn't know that the other child that died was the daughter of the principal. That's not an accident. That was not an accident. Again, that was calculated. This guy's a professional hitman. And somebody hired him. And the fact that he was killing a rabbi, a Jewish rabbi, just 2 weeks before the march on Jerusalem. And you guys, everybody's asleep on this. I'm just going to have to be honest. Let me just break it open for you. This march on Jerusalem, coming on March the 30th at 11 a.m. local time. People will be marching in from out of Syria, upon the borders of Israel, from Syria, Egypt, Jordan, Lebanon, Palestinians from Gaza, Palestinians from the West Bank, okay? They're going to be converging upon the borders. And while that's going on, in 64 countries of the world, they've already endorsed this march on Jerusalem. And in many European and Arabic nations, they're going to march on the Israeli embassies in each of these nations, protest. Do you think this is a good thing to have happen right now? Do we need that in the middle of all these uprisings in the Middle East? And with the threat of a nuclear weapon from President Maud Ahmadinejad, who says that Israel should be wiped off the face of the map, and the Iranian Islamic Supreme Leader, the Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, who says that Israel's a cancerous tumor and should be eradicated from the earth. It sounds to me like Psalms 83, when they said they would lift up their head and that they would form a confederacy, and all these nations would begin to surround Israel and begin to declare that she should be removed and that the nation of Israel should no longer be remembered again. This sounds like an intifada. This sounds like an uprising. And why in the world? So, why in the world would you want to do a day like this? It's called For the Land. It's all about taking Israel out of power. This is a serious symbolic threat. And I don't expect Jerusalem to fall that day. No. But I wouldn't be shocked if a Psalms 83 war didn't break out. I would not be shocked if there's some embassy somewhere in the world that they don't try to overtake, that violence don't break out, that people get shot trying to climb the fences of Israeli embassies or trying to climb over the border into Israel. And if this begins to happen systematically, and Israel goes to defend its embassies and defend its borders and shoots some of those that are in violation of trying to take over, then it will be Israel who will be singled out as the bad guy. It'll be Jerusalem. It'll be Benjamin Netanyahu, whom the world will try to blame. And when I say the world, I'm not talking about the Christian world or the Jewish world. I'm talking about the atheists, the radical jihadist Muslims, and many of your news media. That's right, Helen Thomas. Many of the media will begin to blame Israel. You watch. There's no way. I don't want it. I'm praying for the peace of Jerusalem. But I'm telling you right now, there is no way this event could happen without violence. Are you serious? All these different Israeli embassies and all borders surrounding Israel, marching up on the border, and you don't think there's going to be no violence at all? This is crazy. There's 700 institutions that are supporting this march. This rabbi was just shot in the head. This is the beginning, folks. This thing's going to get ugly. I'm serious. If you're watching me right now and you're not saved, you need to understand just how close we are to the sign. Something biblically is going on with the signs of the second coming of Christ. We're getting closer and closer and closer. He's even at the door. He said, look up. Lift up your heads, for your redemption draweth nigh. I'm telling you, we're living in the days the Bible spoke about. The King is coming for the bride. Are you saved? Are you ready? Will you go with the bridegroom? Are you married to the Lamb? Have you been born again? If not, send me a personal message right here. Title it, I want to be saved. 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 I want to be saved.